from beginners to advanced Python class. Here with you once again is Mr. Simeon Ajumabi taking you with Python class. We've done a lot of concepts regarding this Python program as we have worked on comments, we've worked on data type, what on mathematics, we've worked on variables, we've worked on inputs and formatted outputs and how you can print things or accept information in the next line. But for today, we're going to be entering into something very new, and what we're going to be entering into is what we call conditional statements. So I'm going to be naming this conditions.py, conditions.py, conditions.py. So what are we going to be doing in this conditional statement? Before I go into this, I want to do some little review of other class we've done. We've worked on naming conventions, we've passed those, we've worked on data types. I've explained all these data types, and we're going to be working with some in the next class as we are rounding up the beginners and we are entering into the advanced. We'll be making use of them. And we've done arithmetic operation, string formatting. We've entered into string formatting, and I've taught you how to use this fi name. Your age is age. Or you can print I Tunde, your age is 24, something like that. And we've worked on that one. Let's see. I just want to be sure we've been able to pick out a button program that prints out your name, age, and store variables like this. Name, Joe, age, 25. That's very easy. I know you guys should be able to do that. It will store, you put something, ask for the person's name. So you print it out as name, Joe. Next line, age, 25. First name, Steve. Last name, Smith. It's very possible. So let's go on. Yes, I've worked on this. Yes, I think the last class I worked on this. Mr. Buka, right? I worked on this on the last class. I pray I remember. Yes, I did. I worked on this. I'm coming. Let me see if I can remember. If I don't remember, please bring me in, okay? I worked on this. We worked on modulo. Then conditional statements. Like, let me start from here properly today for the conditional statements. Conditional statements are if statements. Statement that has a condition for it to be able to satisfy a particular condition, for it to be able to carry out a particular task. For example, when you ask people anything, like you say, if, for example, let's start with this. You say name equals to Tope. Let me make it bigger. Name equals to Tope. You can always ask in the Python, they say if name double equals, means if name logically equals to Tope, you can print, you cannot perform a particular action and print something that say he is my best friend. That means as far as the name is Tope and the person enters what is your best friend's name and he enters Tope, definitely if this name rhymes with this Tope, it will print out he is your best friend or he is my best friend. Else it's not Tope, it will say what? He is just a person. We will print he is just someone I know. So this is the structure of if statement in Python. You first of all write your input to collect your value for your variable. Then you write your if statement. How does if statement go? It says if statement goes here or condition goes here. If condition, then that means there must be a colon here. Then we now have statement here. Statement now goes there. This statement could be mathematical statement, it could be print, it could be anything, it could be stop, it could be continue. Then we have else. That means when the condition is now negative, another statement can come here. I hope you guys understand this explanation. I hope you guys understand it now. If we have a particular variable declared here, I hope you guys are still with me. I hope you guys are still with me. Thank you. If we have a particular variable here declared, and we, for example, we say age equals to 32, we have to ask a question that if we now write our condition which will carry all these things, which will carry double equals to, not equals to, less than, greater than or equals to, all these kind of things, it carries everything. Then those are what we call the conditions. Then you do not say then, you now give it a particular statement that it's going to do. For example, let me see something. Let's just do a normal natural language processing if condition. You now say, I'm trying to pick an example that will actually explain statements, and I want to go mathematical wise. Like I can say, let's look at this. Everybody, let's look at this. You can say, maybe let's just work with math equals to 50. Then English equals to 30. You're not saying if, let me say, subject here now equals to math plus English. Now everybody watch this. Watch this. So you say math is 50, you say English is what? 30. You now say subject equals to math plus English, or you can say subject total. Subject total equals to math plus English, which is going to definitely be 80. Now you have to come and put a condition here to confirm something and say if subject total is equals to or less than, or is less than equals to 100. If it is less or equals to 100, you can decide, maybe you promised those person in your class that whenever anybody scores 80, or let me put this, less than or equals to, let me put 70, or less than or equals to, okay, let me work on 80. Let's see if it will work. Less than or equals to 80, you can decide to give them a statement and say, you can also say top up equals to subject total plus 2. Subject total plus 2. Print top up. Now, I don't know if anybody understands what I'm trying to explain here. Mr. Daniel, welcome. So, I don't know if anybody understands what I'm trying to do here. I'm only trying to say if this statement is true, the first if statement is always true. It checks for a true situation, while this checks for the false situation. Now, what we are saying is that math equals to 50, English equals to 30. If subject total equals to 50 plus 30 is 80. You now say if subject total is less than or equals to 80. Now everybody knows that this subject total is what? Is 80. Definitely, it will automatically add 2 marks because it is 80, it is true. The condition is true. It will automatically add 2 marks to it, and it will become 82, and it will print 82 here. But if the person did not score up to 80, the person score 75, this condition here we check, is this true? Is the subject total, is it up to 75 or less than? Okay, it's less than. Let's check equals to. Is it up to 80 or even greater than 80 sef? Is it greater or equals to 80? To say no, it will come to false, and it will say we are sorry, we can't top up your score. You can print whatever thing you want to say. Mr. Daniel, please, can you mute yourself? So this is how we can write if statement. So without wasting too much of our time, let's go and write some simple if statements and see how we can use it to do one or two things. So I'm going to be writing an if statement for a string. Now you can say lecturer's name, lect name equals to Simeon. Now you don't have to ask for a question and say, you can say response equals to input what is your lecturer's name. You can do a receive in the next line. You can say you should receive it in the next line. Then it comes and say what is your lecturer's name. Then the person enters. Then you know, is saying that if lecturer's name equals to what? Simeon, then you should do what? If lecturer's name equals to Simeon, then you should do what? Print you are correct. It should print you are correct. Now everybody, let's watch this. Lecturer's name has been declared as what? Simeon. And we're taking a response here to say input, okay, if response, this is if response equals to Simeon, then print you are correct. Now, you say lecturer's name equals to Simeon, response equals to input what is the lecturer's name. If the person's response is equals to Simeon, it will print you are correct. If it is not equals to, the program will automatically stop. That is one thing about if statement. If it is not if statement, if it's a while statement, it will continue to ask that question until you get the answer before it will run. You see the difference between if and while. Now let's look at this. Let's run Python. I think the name is conditions.py. What is the lecturer's name? I'm going to be having Sunday written here. Then the thing stop. It didn't tell us if you are correct. It didn't tell us if you are right. It didn't tell us if you are wrong. But I'm running it again, and I'm going to be typing Simeon. Now it's not telling me anything, and I'm very sure it was Simeon. So if I do it again and I say Simeon such as this, it will not say you are correct. For you to know that the very first if statement executes only the true statement. Execute only the true statement. Now, if you want to hold an exception to it, you use the else statement. Else then, that is colon. You say print, you are wrong. Print, you are wrong. Now let's watch this. That is if. What did I call it now? That is else. Let's clear it and run it again. What is the lecturer's name? Then we can type something and say Akintomiwa. It says you are wrong, because the else is executing because the person's answer was false. Do we all understand that? Thank you. So let's continue now. Now I'm going to be commenting this one out. Then I'm going to be working on something much more complex, much more complicated. I'll give you guys an assignment when I'm done. Now I'm going to be solving, yeah, forward slash. Yes, I welcome, sir. Now I'm going to be doing something. I don't know if I should work more. I don't know if I should work more on just if and else, so you can understand. Okay, let's see what I can do. Something is coming to my head, like I'm trying to know the biggest, or the who is the oldest in the house. Trying to know a Python program. Write a Python program that determines the oldest in the house. Okay, are you seeing that, everybody? We have two people. They want to know who is the oldest. Are you getting me? This is just a simple if-else statement. Or can I give it as a challenge? Let me see if anybody can write it. I drop your solution on the comment box. Should I give it out as a challenge or should I do it? You guys should vote. If you can attempt it. So this is the solution to that now. We're just going to accept the program says the oldest in the house of two boys, right? Maybe of two boys. So I'm going to be picking Ade. We're going to be getting the age of Ade by using int input. Everybody, I hope you still remember that. Using int input. Int input, what is Ade's age? Then I can do a \n. You have to accept those two values first. Then you can duplicate it and say, I can say this is Tola. What is Tola's age? This holds a value for Tola. Int input, what is Tola's age? Or I may not say Ade, I may not say Tola, I could say what is the first son's age, what is the second son's age or something, or the first boy age or so. So let's use Adetola. Now when you get it, you now have to write a program to say if, it's very easy, Ade is greater than Tola, that's all. Then that's all. Then print Ade is older than Tola. That is just all you need to write. Then come back and do the else statement, and say else. You now say print what is the other one? Tola is older, or Ade is younger. Tola is older than Ade. Did you see that? Did you see that? Everybody already knows what is going to run. You see that it didn't take me a minute to write. It didn't take me a minute to write. It's just for us to check if this is greater than this, then you say yes, it's greater than. Else, no, it is not greater than. The other one is greater than. That's all. So when I run this now, and I clear my screen, and I run this, he asks me, what is Ade's age? Ade is 15. What is Tola's age? Tola is, let me say 13. You say Ade is older than Tola. That is just it. 15 is bigger than 13. So to tell you Ade is older than Tola, then if I clear this and I run it again and I say, what is Ade's age? And I say Ade is 18. And when I say, what is Tola's age? And I say Tola is 32. It tells me Tola is older than Ade. Do you guys see that now? Do you guys see that now? Okay. Now, that is it. It's as easy as this. Look at the first one I did. Now look at the second one I did now. You can see that now. So this is, we are writing a program that determines the oldest of two sons. Of two sons in the house. It's not something that is hard. You just have to accept this first and then perform our statement and then give it, perform our condition rather, and then give it. Now, let me see if I can still bring in more example. Okay, don't let me stress that too much. I'm commenting this out. Now, let's talk about a word which I love the most, the endless if, known as the nested if statement. Nested if statement. What does the nested if statement mean? It simply means an if statement having a multiple condition, not just if this is this, then else that. No, you can have multiple if to test a situation. Now, everybody, before I work on nested if, I want to confirm something. I want to write another work I did the last time, and this was the program that I did in the previous class, and it says the program says write a Python program that determines if the candidate has passed or failed JAMB. Note, JAMB score is what? JAMB score is what? Pass mark score is 200. So out of 400, let's know if this person passes. So we start. Is it 200? Is JAMB score 200 or 400? I think it's 400, right? 200 is pass mark score. So we can decide to cut all the old long time short. I can decide to do this. It's part of the class we did the last time. It's table comes, I don't remember. So what we did was that we wrote a program or a kind of variable that accepts the person's name and say input what is your name. Remember, there's no input in asking for somebody's name. Name equals to input what is your name. Then the first course equals to int input what is your English score. A second course is int input what is your mathematics score. Third course equals to int input what is your biology score and chemistry score. These are the 4 courses that we worked upon. Now we decide to test it against a word called aggregate. Equals to what? First course plus second course plus third course plus please, if you're not getting it, call me back anytime. Fourth course. First cause, second cause, third cause, fourth cause will give us the aggregate of everything. Now that is over 100. Now how can we not discover the average of each call the person enter? We are going to have a test value. A test value will now be equals to the aggregate the person have divided by what? 2. Imagine this person scores 100, 100, 100, 100. He divides it by 2 and it gives the person a test value. So we are going to be writing an if statement to this to buttress this point. Now we now say if test value is greater or equals to 200, then somebody will be telling me something right now. Then if it's greater or equals to 200, then it's going to be positively saying print. Print. Now call the person's name. Say congrats, because you accepted name at the beginning. Call the person's name here and say congrats. Name. Do you understand? The name we used here. Congrats. Name. You scored test value will come inside here because that is what we are testing for the person. So the test value comes here. Congrats, so person, you scored this. It means you are what? You passed your JAMB. Your JAMB. Else, somebody is already writing else for me. Somebody is already writing else for me. Else what? Else. Print. You should print F. Let's F this. Say ouch. Ouch. It's actually ouch. To ouch. Sorry. Call the person's name. Name. Or you can use student's name. Okay, sorry, ouch. Name. You can say you scored. Call the value of the person again. Test value. You scored test value. You can try again next year. Now everybody watch this. I hope without explaining this too much, you'll be able to understand what we are trying to do here. You should be able to understand it. It accepts the name and 4 courses alongside. After doing that, it comes to add up all the 4 courses in a sum and performs the half value of that course. And once the person confirms the course is equals to 200 or greater than 200, he prints the person's name and call the test value, which is the score, and tell you pass your JAMB. But if it's not like that, he calls the person's name and say, ouch, sorry, the person, this is your test score, a test value. You can try again next year. So if you run this, it asks, what is your name? I can say Ebuka. Ebuka mind will be cutting now. What is your English score? I can say the English score is 99. It's called 99. He really understands English very well. His mathematics is a little bit bad, so he had 45 in mathematics. Then what is your biology score? Maybe it's a little bit too much of story. He was able to score 60 in biology. Then maybe what is your chemistry score? I think his chemistry was a little bit rough, so he was able to have an average score of 55. I say, oh, sorry, Buka, your score is 129.5. You can try again next year. So he picked all these things and add them together, 99 plus 45 plus 60 plus 55, and divided it by 2 and check that it is not up to 129, is not up to 200, and it gave out it gave out you can try again next year. Do you understand that now? Do you understand that? Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to comment this out. I'm going to comment this out. Then I'm going to come down and work on a nested if. A nested if. You guys will take, yeah? Yes. Okay, don't worry. Let me finish this one. Then you're going to share your screen. I'm going to troubleshoot it with you. Okay. So let's work on else if statement. What an if else statement? A nested if else statement. A nested if else statement means an if statement having multiple ifs. Having multiple ifs. Having multiple ifs. Having multiple ifs. And their conditions is going to be in their front. Let's work on something very simple. This is going to be the kind of program I'm going to be working on. We did this last week. Write a program, a Python program that determines which number is the greatest or is the highest of 3 values. So we are expecting 3 values, and I say A equals to int input this. Int input this. I say enter the first value. Enter the first value. I can do a backslash n. A backslash n. Then we can do this. We can have B, and we can have C. We can have B and we can have C. And we can go there and say second value, and we can go here and say third value. Now, this is what we want to test. A could be anything, B could be anything, and C could be anything. Here, we are going to be making use of else if statements. So we are going to test if A is greater than B, and also that same A is greater than C. If it's greater than these two numbers, definitely it will give you your answer that A is the greatest. So it's going to be printing. It's going to be printing. Okay, let's bring it. Let's give it this. We can say A is the greatest of the 3 numbers. A is the greatest of the 3 numbers. So if it is not, instead of writing else, we're going to be calling it elif. There's something called elif statement. So you're going to be putting another condition there, such as B. Such as what? B. Is B greater than A? And B is same greater than C. Is B greater than A and B greater than C? If you say then, you now print this and say, let me pick this. Now print this and say B is the greatest of all the 3 numbers. Now we've been able to test A, B, and we need to test C again. Then we'll go in the same way and say elif if by this time C is greater than A and also C is greater than B. that is both A and B. C is greater than them. We're going to say then, we're going to say print and say C is the greatest of all the three numbers. That is Elif. When you test multiple conditions, Elif is what you make use of. So if I'm going to run this now, if I'm going to run this, and I'll clear this off, it's going to ask me enter the first value 34, second value 435, third value 234. So 435 is the greatest of all the three numbers. Did you see that now? That is a nested if statement. That is a nested if statement. So before I attend to Mr. Is it Mr. Daniel? Is it Mr. Daniel? Who was having issue? Who was having issue with his system? Okay, now before I attend to Mr. Ebuka, I would like you guys to be able to write a particular Python program to calculate body mass index. Do you guys know what body mass index is? That talks about your weight, your age, and your height. Thank you. Your weight, age, and height. That is exactly what I just did here. This will be what is your age, this will be what is your weight, and this will be what is your height. Then you come here and give the condition, and if you give the condition, you can tell the person if this condition is met, you say you are a normal human being. And if you now give the second condition, I will not tell you how to calculate body mass index. There's a formula for body mass index. It has its ranges. You now put the second range and say Elif. If the upper one is not that, then possibly you are obese. Then say Elif again. If these numbers are not up to this so, that means you are too lean. You are too lean. Now there's something I jumped on this matter. What about, nobody called my attention, else? What about if all the three numbers are the same thing? So I'm supposed to put it and say else print all the three numbers are the same value. Yes, everybody, let's test this. You guys don't even call my attention to it. You should be able to write a Python program that can handle anything entirely. 12, 12, 12. All the three numbers are the same value. That's just it. That is just it. So anytime you write a Python program, you should be able to end everything in the right way. So who can tell me how to calculate body mass index right now? Maybe we could get the formula and we could use it to do a Python program that will tell us if the person is obese, if the person is too lean, or if the person, how to calculate BMI formula. Okay, this was for diabetes. Okay, look at it. These are front end now. It's actually for weight, it's actually for age, and it's actually for height. And there's a calculation behind it that makes you know what is a normal BMI. This is exactly what I'm looking for. What is a normal, what is obesity? See, this is described after you have calculated the BMI and the everything with the age. You now say this is described as underweight between 18.5 and this. So if the person's value is between, that is equals to 18.5, no, is between 18 point, is between equals to 24.9 or less than 24.9 or less than, the person is what? The person is underweight. If it's between 25 and something, in fact, this is a BMI calculator formula. I can see BMI equals to weight in pounds divided by height raised to power 2 in inches times 703. Then by the time you begin to see some particular values such as this one here, they begin to determine if the person's health range is either between underweight or something. I would like you guys to try it. Please don't use ChatGPT. You can still use Google. Don't use ChatGPT. It will be too direct and you will not get it. So task yourself with what I just taught you right now and see if you can make use of this word combinedly. The word and that I was using here, this and, it will help you a lot. Now let's do something. Look at this thing. I think there's a tautology here. I want to dare it and see if we can reduce this sentence to a single sentence instead of putting A greater than B and A greater than C. I think it should be the same thing as A greater than B and C. What do you think, guys? Go back again and say B greater than A and C. Then and say C greater than A and B. Yes. Let's run this and see if it will work. So if I run this, enter first value as 34, second value as 67, and third value as 32. 67 is the greatest of all numbers. Then it's working. It's working perfectly fine. This is it. If A is greater than B and C, that means it's going to test if A is greater than B and it's also greater than C. Is B greater than A and is that same B greater than C? Is C greater than A and is greater than B? That is how we test this. Now, I want to give you guys a class task. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? I want to give you guys a class task, and I'll be very happy if you can write this task. I'll be very, very happy. Are you guys with me? The task is either 1 in 2. It's either admission related or it's nightclub related. It's the same way. Nightclub related. Which one should we go for? Should we go for admission into school or we should go to nightclub? Because both of them, they're admitting into something. Which one should we go for? What question should we solve? Because the two is the same approach, just that the usage of natural language here will be different. That's just it. So which one should we go for? Nightclub. That's good. Let's go for nightclub. Let's go for nightclub. So now we're going to write a Python program. That asks for a client's name and age. It asks you what is your name. It asks you how old are you. Now I want you to write a Python program that asks for the client's name and age. Let it write a Python program that asks for the client's name and age and tell the client is unable to enter into the nightclub if the client is lesser than or younger, sorry, not lesser. If the client is younger than 18 years. Yes. But if the client is older than 18 years, he should 18 years and not above 20. He should be allowed in but not allowed to drink alcohol. Is allowed to enter but not allowed to drink alcohol. But if the client is older than 20 years and above, then the client is allowed to dance with ladies and drink alcohol. Do you guys understand this question? Do you guys understand this question? Please digest this question very well. This is what I'm trying to say. If Ebuka, if that's my client is lesser than 18 years, you should be able to write algorithm. Then the pattern should tell us that not allowed. That's just all I'm telling you. Now, if Ebuka is, let's read it together, older than 18 and not above 20, that means greater, that means lesser than or equals to 20, because we've already tested 18 equals to lesser than or equals to 18, not allowed. From 19 now, lesser than or equals to 20 if Ebuka is lesser than or equals to 20. Now Ebuka is allowed in but can't take alcohol. That's what I'm saying. That's it. Alcohol. Then if Ebuka is now greater than 20, now Ebuka is allowed to dance and drink alcohol. This is just what I asked you to do. This is exactly what we are trying to do. Mr. Shegu, you are raising up your hand. Mr. Shegu, do you have anything to say? You are raising up your hand. Okay, what's your question? So this is all about the question. I would love you guys to make an attempt of this. If you can do something like just like this, you can do something just like this are the kind of conditions you use for them. So if you understand it, definitely you'll be able to write this. So Mr. Ebuka, can you share your screen and let's troubleshoot? I love the way all these things comes up. Okay, there's a Python particular function, like we have the print function, the input function, the anything kind of function. There's a function called dot lower. There's a function called dot upper. Who can tell me what this thing does? Simply, dot lower converts every string that is in either starting with capital letter A or written capital letter A like anthem or totally anthem. It will automatically convert them to what? An anthem. Mr. Ebuka, are you raising up your hand? Okay, sorry. I'm sorry about that. I was not sharing. Okay, can you see my screen now? So there's a Python program that has dot lower, dot upper. Their job is dot lower is to turn anything written with first letter A, capital, everything in capital. It automatically converts it to what? Small letter. Do you understand that now? Now look at this. Look at this. Let me do typecasting. It's called typecasting. Let me quickly do a very small thing called casting dot py. Maybe we can use that too. Now everybody look at this. If I say name equals to Mr. Simeon, if I print my name here, if I say print name, what do you think will happen? Exactly, Mr. Simeon, capital M, capital S will come out. Let's do that. Python space casting.py. Mr. Simeon, can you see that? Mr. Simeon, but even if I have capital all through, such as Mr. Simeon all through, when you typecast it, it will reduce Mr. Simeon to lowercase. So I'll just come here and say, I'll just say casted name. I'm just giving that name. When you cast the name, casted name becomes name dot lower. So I'm printing what? I'm printing casted name. I don't know if this work, if this program anybody understands it. Mr. Simeon is written in capital letter. I came here and carried Mr. Simeon and I turned it to dot lower and I saved it in casted name and I'm printing out casted name. So if I call out right now and say, you can see what we have. Mr. Simeon, all in lowercase. And you can, some people used to add it to this place, dot lower, something like this. If I don't want to use this, some people still do this and it works. Okay, if it does not work like that, I can always close it up here. And put the function at the back here. And put the function at the back here, but I prefer adding it to the real stuff. Okay, let's look at this. OneDrive pastor nh python.py line 5 in module print casted name.lower. Name casted name is not defined. Okay, sorry, I commented this out. Sorry, that was why the first one even was having issue. So the lower has no non-type objects. Okay, sorry, but I'm used to the first one. I'm coming. I think it should be like this. Then this should be here. Okay. This. It has worked. So this is what I did. Instead of this, okay. I'm not supposed to use casted name again. I can definitely just come straight here and say name.lower. Then it will give me what I need. It will give me exactly what I need. Mr. Simeon will come out. That is it. Then if Mr. Simeon is a small case here, such as Mr. I think there's title case too, I guess. Mr. Simeon, a small case here. Then you can come and do upper here, and it goes like this, and it goes like this. Then it comes like this. Hope you guys understand now. So that was what caused the problem. So had it been you've done everything as dot upper or dot lower, that name Mr. Simeon you entered would have come out as a small letter all through. So everyone, this is a task for you to determine if Ebuka is 18 years and you should say is not allowed, or lesser than 18 years. If you say Ebuka is lesser than or equals to 20, you should say is allowed, and that's all about that. That's all about that. I want to give another. I don't know which one I should solve. This is the assignments I gave in the last class. Okay, I get this now. There's something called writing a program to determine if a particular value you entered is either even or odd. Mr. Chisom, hope you are following this one. This one is for you. This class work is for you. Mr. Chisom? Yes, I guess. Yes, my screen is being shared. Wow. Anyone else? I've stopped sharing right now. Yes, some people else can see it. Let me represent it, okay? I've stopped it. The sharing of screen button is grayed out. Okay, that's come up. If you can see it, let me know. Let me know. Thank you. Now, I don't know, Mr. Ebuka, I don't know if you understood what I just did now about that dot lower dot upper in casting. Yes, sha. Why is it sha? Okay, you know what will happen, Mr. Okay, I thought you say sha. That means adding dot lower function to your work. Do you understand? Do you understand now? So when you input something, you should convert whatever that person inputted. Lecturer's name dot lower. let's do let name equals to input what is the lecturer's name. You just come back here before start using it and say real lecturer's name and just put lecturer's name dot lower. It will turn everything this person entered into this place, turn to lower function and save it inside here. That's what it means. You know what's going to happen? I don't want you to get confused. Can you share me that same code? Can you share that same code to me on the group chat? Let me pick it from group chat. Okay, do that now. Now this is an if program. We are going to be writing a Python program to determine if a number is even or odd. Is a number even or odd? So we are going to be doing that right away before we attend to Mr. Ebuka's answer or anything. So we can say, to know if a number is even or odd, you can actually collect the number, candidate number, count number. You can say candidate number equals to int. So what I'm trying to do here is that we are trying to say we should write a Python program to determine if the number is even or odd. Now this is card number equals to int input enter your number to test. Enter your number to test. So we're going to be writing the person. We're going to be saying if the number, which is candidate number, is divisible by 2 and no remainder, is divisible by 2 and no remainder, then it should print the number is an even number, else it should print the number is an odd number. Now this is it. Candidate will enter a number and this thing will try to divide that number by 2. If there is no zero, if there is no number remaining such as 1, 2 or 3, it will print the number is an even number, else it will print the number is an odd number. So when we go ahead and run it and I go to casting, what is your name? Oh shit, sorry, what is your name is showing somewhere. What is your name is not supposed to be showing. Okay, I'm supposed to run conditions.py. Sorry, that's what I'm saying. I know what I'm doing. Conditions.py isn't supposed to show. What is the name is not supposed to show. Conditions.py. Enter the number to test. Let's enter 30. The number is an odd number. Is 30 an odd number? The number is an odd number. Let me change the program writing. Okay. I fixed this. Why is this still coming back? Enter. Oh, sorry. No wonder. So I'm trying to say enter the number to test. Once the person enters 30, he picks it and divide it by 2, and if it has a remainder, it will tell you it's an odd number. But when you enter numbers such as 24, it tells you it's an odd number. Is 24 an odd number? Cardinum modulo 2. Okay, let me see. Equals to 0. Yes. Cardinum modulo 2 equals to 0. Let's test this. 24 should not be 24. It's correct now. It's correct now. Now, this is how to work on modulo. Candidate number percentage 2 equals to 0 is how to work on modulo. Modulo means remainder in programming. So it's telling you we are dividing the candidate number by 2 without remainder, then it should give us this. But if it has remainder, it should give us this. So hence the end of this class. I'm going to bring this one out. I gave it at last class, but since I took this class all over and all over again, I would want us to solve this little beautiful problem. It stands like your, what do we call it now? It looks like as if it's you are writing a mini project. So write a Python program that calculates the average of a student's result of about 5 subjects and determines the grade of the student. Remember to collect the student's name. And this is the grade: 0 to 39 fail, 40 to 49 pass, 50 to 55 credit, 56 to 70 good, 71 to 89 excellent, and 90 to 100. Then it should be distinction. So whenever the person enters and the score of the person lies between 50 to 55, you should tell the person your grade is credit. Then if it lies between 70 to 80, then you should tell the person excellent. Do you understand? What I've been teaching you using elif since beginning, this is what you should use it to solve. So this is where it's going to be the end of the class for today. So we'll see you some other day. It is well with you. Thanks for joining the class, and I hope you understand and enjoy the class so much. Thank you so very much. Goodbye.